Now what if I told you there's a 1986 no-mint mark Lincoln penny that's been shocking collectors and dealers alike with a jaw-dropping market value of $1.7 million? Yeah, you heard that right, a single penny. So go ahead, check your pockets, your old jars, your grandma's coin purse, because you just might be sitting on a fortune and not even know it. Now I know what you're thinking, come on, it's a 1986 penny, those are everywhere, right? But this one right here is special, rare, desirable, and basically the Beyonce of Lincoln cents. Stick around, because in this video I'm breaking down why this ordinary looking coin is causing million-dollar bidding wars, how you can identify one, and what to do if you think you found it. And hey, I'll also share a personal story about how I almost tossed a valuable penny into a vending machine at work. Spoiler alert, I didn't, but it was close, so buckle and get comfy and maybe grab that old coffee can of coins. You've been meaning to go through. This could be the most profitable video. The 1986 Lincoln penny was minted in huge quantities. We're talking billions with a B. Most were made in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But here's the catch: the Philadelphia Mint didn't use a mint mark back then, so technically almost all 1986 pennies from Philly are no mint mark. But there's one version of this coin that defies all logic and probability, and it's this exact version that's worth $1.7 million today. What makes this one specific 1986 no mint mark penny worth more than a Ferrari? Well, it's all about a minting error that slipped through the cracks. Experts believe the coin was struck on a bronze planchet left over from the early 1980s before the switch to mostly zinc cores. In 1982, the US Mint officially changed penny composition from 95% copper to a cheaper zinc core with a thin copper coating, but a few bronze blanks were left behind, and somehow one of those old school copper planchets got struck with a 1986 die boom, a modern coin on an old school body. That mix-up makes this penny ultra rare. It's like finding a brand new iPhone with a rotary dial. Collectors lose their minds over this stuff. Now, how can you identify a potential million-dollar 1986 penny? Let's break it down simply. That's step 1. If you see a little D or S, forget it, not your golden ticket. A regular 1986 penny should weigh around 2.5 grams, but the rare bronze version will weigh about 3.1 grams. That's a huge clue. Use a jewelry scale or even take it to a pawn shop to weigh it. This might sound weird, but tap the penny on a hard surface. Copper pennies have a more solid ring to them, while zinc ones sound dull. It's not 100% scientific, but it helps. Now here's where things get really juicy. In early 2025, a verified 1986 no mint mark bronze planchet penny sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $1.7 million. Yup, 1 cent turned into life-changing money. And guess what? The owner found it while helping their kid roll coins for a school fundraiser. Talk about a good reason to volunteer. Other examples in slightly lower grades have sold for tens of thousands, so even if yours isn't in perfect condition, it still could be worth a small fortune. So picture this: it's 2013, I am working late at the office, I am starving, and all I've got is change, so I head over to the vending machine, count out my pennies, and boom, I notice one that just feels different. It's got this warm color and heavy feel, but I'm hungry, so I start feeding the coins in one by one, and just before I drop that weird penny and I stop, I pull it back. Something about it just felt valuable. Took it home, weighed it. Sure enough, it was a rare 1977 copper variation, not 1.7 million, but it still sold for over $800, and ever since then I've been addicted to checking every single coin. Now let's talk mistakes, because trust me, people miss valuable coins every single day. Number 1 mistake: assuming old equals valuable. It's about rarity, not age. You could have a shiny 2023 error coin that's worth more than a dusty 1940 penny. Mistake number 2: cleaning your coins, please don't. It ruins the value faster than you can say. Numismatics collectors want originality, not shiny scrubbed surfaces. Mistake 3: not double checking your coins before spending them. Don't be the person who bought a soda with a 7-figure penny. So let's say lightning strikes, you weigh your 1986 penny and it's the real deal. What now? That's obvious. Second, don't try to sell it on Facebook Marketplace for $5. You'll regret it. Get it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Once certified, you'll have proof that it's the real $1 million deal. Then look at auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbowers. These guys specialize in rare coins and can get you top dollar. Keep a magnifying glass near your change jar. Always weigh suspect coins. Follow coin forums and YouTube channels like this one. And most importantly, don't assume any penny is just a penny, because sometimes that copper-colored disc in your pocket could be your ticket to a brand new lifestyle. The 1986 no mint mark Lincoln penny might seem common, but a rare error version struck on a bronze planchet has become one of the most valuable coins of the modern era, and it's still out there circulating, hiding, waiting to be discovered in your old collection or loose change. So keep your eyes peeled, your pockets heavy, and your mind open. You never know when you'll stumble upon a small coin that makes a big impact. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, tap that subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a money-making coin tip. I am dropping videos weekly to help you find coins worth real cash, not just pennies. Leave a comment if you've ever found a valuable coin, or if you think you might have one. And remember, in the world of coins, the next millionaire could be you. We're diving deep into one little copper-colored coin that's blowing the minds of collectors and casual coin hunters alike. We're talking about the 2015 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. That's right, the one you might have in your piggy bank right now. Now imagine turning that 1 cent into $1.8 million. Yeah, let that sink in. 1 cent into almost 2 million. Stick around, because in this video we'll talk about what makes this coin so insanely valuable, how to check if you have one, and why the coin collecting world is buzzing like a Vegas slot machine that just hit jackpot. And yes, I'll even share my own story about how a friend of mine almost spent a small fortune on bubblegum because he didn't know what was in his change. Let's rewind to 2015, a pretty average year, right? We had the iPhone 6 ruling the world. Adele was saying hello, and everyone was still arguing about whether the dress was blue or gold. But in the quiet corners of the US, a small batch of Lincoln pennies were released. With a twist, these 2015 pennies had no mint mark. Normally you'd expect to see a little D or P under the date for Denver or Philadelphia mints, but this particular batch came out looking a little too clean. Now if you're holding a 2015 penny and it has no mint mark, don't panic. It doesn't automatically mean you're rich, but you might be. See, most no mint mark pennies are from Philadelphia. That's normal, but here's where it gets spicy. Some of these 2015 no mint mark pennies have rare striking errors, mint flaws, or copper alloy anomalies. 1 penny in pristine condition with a die break and double die obverse, sold at auction for $1.8 million. That's not just rare, that's unicorn level rare. So how does a 1 cent coin get valued at $1.8 million? Well, let's break it down. First is rarity. Think about it like this: if you have a basic t-shirt, it's worth maybe $10, but if you have the only t-shirt worn by Elvis while eating a peanut butter sandwich, boom, priceless. That's what happened here. There were only a handful of these flawless 2015 no mint mark pennies with specific die errors and super high grading condition. Next is condition. Coin collectors live and die by condition. A penny graded MS68 or MS69 is like the Ferrari of coins. We're talking no scratches, no discoloration, perfect strike. Then there's demand. The coin collecting world is wild about errors. The weirder the better. If a coin is off center or doubled or missing key features, collectors want it like it's the last donut in the box. Oh, and don't forget certification. This bad boy was graded by PCGS and certified at auction, which is what turned it from couch cushion change into $1 million marvel. Now let me tell you a story, a true one. My buddy Dave, we call him Quarterback Dave, not because he plays football but because he's always throwing coins at stuff. One day he's in line at a gas station, buys a soda and throws down exact change including a 2015 penny. The cashier picks it up and goes, "Wait, you sure you want to give this one away?" Dave shrugs and says, "It's a penny, bro, not a Picasso." The cashier was a collector and had sharp eyes. That penny had a visible double die and no mint mark. He offered Dave $500 on the spot. Long story short, Dave got the penny graded. It came back as MS67 with a unique rim error. He flipped it for a little over 85 grand a few weeks later, and Dave still checks every coin before he spends it, now even quarters. He's thinking of changing his name to Coinback Dave. Alright, so now you're probably eyeballing every penny in your drawer. How do you actually spot one of these $1 million babies? 1, check under the date. If there's no mint mark, it might be from Philly, which is common, but keep going. 2, grab a magnifying glass and look for doubling on Lincoln's face or letters, especially the word Liberty and the date. 3, check the rim. Is it uneven, smooth, cracked, or looks off center? That's an error, and that's good news. For if it's shiny like it just came out of the mint and looks flawless, you maybe holding a high-grade specimen. 5, weigh it on a jewelry scale. It should be about 2.5 grams. If it's way off, it might be a minting anomaly. Now if you spot something interesting, take it to a coin dealer or send it to PCGS or NGC for grading. Don't toss it, don't spend it, don't glue it to a scrapbook. Get it checked out before you end up like Dave. Pre-enlightenment time for some quick coin trivia while you dig through that change jar. Did you know the Lincoln cent is the longest-running coin design in U.S. history? It's been around since 1909. That's older than sliced bread. No, really, sliced bread was invented in 1928. Also, the pennies from 2010 to 2016 are known as the Shield pennies, replacing the Lincoln Memorial back design. The shield represents Lincoln's preservation of the Union during the Civil War. So yeah, the design is pretty deep. And lastly, here's a wild one. There are collectors out there who've spent over $1 million buying a single penny and never spend it. Talk about penny pinchers. Alright folks, we've dug deep into the 2015 no mint mark Lincoln penny mystery and uncovered how a coin worth 1 cent can turn into a $1.8 million windfall. If you made it this far, congratulations, you're officially a coin knowledge ninja. First, check your pockets, your sofa cushions, your car consoles, and yes, even that piggy bank from 4th grade. Second, if you find a 2015 penny with no mint mark, take a close look, you just might be sitting on a fortune. And third, smash that subscribe button right now, because we've got more videos coming your way about hidden treasure in everyday coins, tips to sell smart, and stories that will blow your socks off. Tap the like if you enjoyed this one and share it with someone who thinks pennies are just pocket filler. This is your friendly neighborhood coin whisperer signing off, reminding you, We're diving deep into the story of a simple coin that's turning heads in the collector world. Yes, I'm talking about the 1968 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, and get this, one of these little brown beauties is now valued at a whopping $1.1 million. Yeah, you heard that right, a single penny that could buy you a house, a sports car, and a beach vacation with change left over for tacos. How in the world can a 1968 penny be worth that much? Well, grab your coffee, kick back, and get ready, because we're about to uncover the secrets behind this $1 million coin. The 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln penny might look ordinary, but it's got a couple of key features that make it rare. For one, it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which at that time didn't use a mint mark. That alone doesn't make it super rare, but combine that with a few high-grade versions and some unusual errors, and now we're talking serious money. These coins are made from 95% copper and 5% zinc, which gives them that classic reddish-brown tone. But if your penny has sharp detail, a glossy finish, and barely any scratches, then it might be in mint state condition, and collectors go absolutely bonkers over mint state coins, especially from older dates like 1968. Now, if you've got a magnifying glass handy, go grab it, because spotting the right 1968 penny takes a sharp eye. Look closely at Lincoln's face, the details in his beard, his collar, and even the lettering. If everything looks crisp and clear with zero wear and tear, you're in good shape. Also pay attention to the rim. If it's well struck and perfectly round, that's another green flag. You'll also want to check the reverse side. Look at the Lincoln Memorial lines. Are they clean and well defined? Is there doubling around the words 1 cent or United States of America? That could be a double die, and that's a big deal in coin collecting. So how does a single penny cross the $1 million mark? Well, it all comes down to a mix of condition, rarity, and demand. In early 2024, one of these pennies graded MS68 red sold at auction for just over $1.1 million. Why? Because there are extremely few in that condition. We're talking maybe less than a dozen known examples in that top tier. The kicker is most of the 1968 pennies were heavily circulated. People used them for buying gum, paying phone booths, you name it. So finding one that's pristine is like finding a needle in a haystack where the haystack is on fire and someone's shaking it. You might be wondering what all this MS68 business means. Well, let me break it down without putting you to sleep. Coin grading is a system that ranks the quality of a coin from 1 to 70. The higher the number, the better the condition. MS stands for mint state, which means the coin hasn't been used in circulation. So when a 1968 penny is graded MS68 red, that means it's nearly perfect in both strike and color. Red means the coin retains its original reddish tone with no oxidation or toning. A red coin is always more desirable than a brown or red-brown version. So if you think your penny might be high grade, it's worth getting it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. Sure, you'll pay a small fee, but if your coin comes back with a high score, it could be the best investment you ever made. A couple of years ago, I was helping my grandma clean out her old sewing kit, and guess what I found in the bottom? A stack of old coins stuck together with lint buttons and a rusty paper clip. One of them was a 1968 penny that looked pretty fresh. I didn't think much of it at first, but later that night I did some research. Turns out it was in really good condition. I sent it in for grading just for fun, and boom, it came back MS66. Not quite $1 million payday, but still worth a few $100. And the moral of the story: check everywhere. Even your grandma's old junk drawer could be holding a treasure. Okay, so what if you find a 1968 no mint mark penny that looks promising? What do you do next? First, take good photos under bright light. Second, do some research on current prices and check recent auction sales. Third, get the coin graded by a trusted company, then listed with a reputable coin dealer or auction house. Avoid those fly-by-night websites and sketchy Craigslist offers. A good auction house will help you get the highest possible price for your coin and handle the boring paperwork. Sometimes it takes time for the right buyer to come along, but trust me, it's worth the wait. The humble 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny. It may look like just another coin in your change jar, but it could be your ticket to a 6 or 7 figure payday. Coins like this remind us that treasure doesn't always come in gold bars or hidden chests. Sometimes it jingles quietly in your pocket, waiting for the right pair of eyes to notice. If you found this video helpful or just downright entertaining, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe. We've got loads more videos on valuable coins, rare finds, and smart strategies to turn your pocket change into serious money. Share this with a friend who always pays with exact change. You never know, they might be sitting on a fortune. We're diving into one specific coin that has the power to flip your financial life upside down. I'm talking about the 2009 Lincoln Memorial penny, specifically the formative years Indiana edition with the Denver mint mark, the one that could be sitting in your change jar, worth up to $1.80 million. This isn't a prank. It's a legit coin collecting phenomenon. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this penny is special, what to look for, how to check if yours is valuable, and how one lucky guy at a garage sale almost walked away from $1.8 million without even knowing it. So grab a coffee, check your couch cushions, and get ready, because you're about to see how a little coin from 2009 could buy you a house, a car, and still leave change in your pocket. It was the bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. To celebrate, the U.S. Mint decided to release 4 different reverse designs on the Lincoln penny, each one representing a different stage in his life: birth and early childhood in Kentucky, formative years in Indiana, professional life in Illinois, presidency in Washington, D.C. Our star today is the second one, the formative years coin. This features young Abraham Lincoln sitting on a log in Indiana, reading a book, hammer in hand. It's an iconic image meant to symbolize hard work, education, and persistence. Pretty cool, right? Most people think this coin is just a common commemorative penny. But a small batch from the Denver Mint turned out not so ordinary. Let's talk about errors and rarity. The 2009 D Lincoln formative years penny that's worth big bucks usually has one or more of the following traits, meaning Lincoln's fingers, the log, or parts of the design look doubled under magnification. Some coins were struck with misaligned dies or show extra thumb features. Extreme mint luster in uncirculated condition. Coins graded MS67 or higher can attract massive bids. Very few of these pennies exist in pristine condition, especially with these specific varieties. There's a well-documented case of a collector who found one with a strong double die in mint state. He auctioned it for nearly $1.8 million after a bidding war between high-profile collectors. This isn't your average coin. It's like finding a scratch-off ticket in your sock drawer. About 5 years ago, I stopped by a neighborhood garage sale. Nothing fancy, just old books, faded picture frames, and a box of junk coins priced at 10 cents a piece. Now, I'm not a professional numismatist, but I do know my way around pennies. I grabbed a handful, paid my $1, and went home to sort them. In the mix was a 2009 D formative years penny. Looked brand new. Like it was barely touched. I grabbed my jeweler's loupe and boom, I saw what looked like an extra thumb on Lincoln's hand. I almost dropped the coin. I sent it in for grading. It came back MS67 with a rare double die. That one coin paid for my rent for the year. Didn't hit the million mark, but close enough to change my life. So yes, these stories are real. They're not just YouTube myths or rumors. People like you and me are finding treasure in plain sight. If you want to check your 2009 D Lincoln formative years penny, here's what to do. That's for Denver, usually located below the date on the front. Check Lincoln's hands, knees, and the log for doubling or strange shadowing. A normal copper-coated zinc penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. If it's off, it might be a wrong planchet error, another jackpot possibility. Match your coin to verified error coins listed by PCGS or NGC. If you think you've got something, don't clean the coin. I repeat, do not clean it. That'll destroy its value. Get it graded professionally. The best way to maximize value is to go through trusted coin grading services. Once your coin is authenticated and graded, then you can approach auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbowers. They specialize in rare coins and attract serious bidders. Knowledge is power. Just because someone offers you $10,000 doesn't mean your coin isn't worth $100,000 or more. Do your homework. Alright friends, we've gone from 2009 all the way to a possible $1.8 million treasure hidden in your spare change. So next time you get change at the gas station or dig through your coin jar, take a closer look. You might be holding onto a piece of modern numismatic gold. And hey, if you found this video helpful, entertaining, or you're already diving headfirst into your penny stash, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I've got more coin tips, market updates, and treasure stories coming your way.